Hi everybody, this is Abby with ScrappinAbby, and today I have a really fun project to share with you. I am on the design team for 3 Girl Jam, and we are doing a blog hop with pretty paper ribbons, and it goes live on Wednesday, October 3rd. I'm shooting this video just a couple days ahead of time, so I have it ready to go on my blog, and I wanted to share with you my project that I created for this blog hop, and I'm really excited about this hop. It's going to be a fun one. So what we did is that we were able to pick out any papers from the Pretty Paper Ribbons website. It's digital image paper, and what I did, I chose the Sunny Skies collection, and they're kind of little pieces now because I've been using them for my project. And this is the collection, the ones that I chose to print from the collection because I just wanted to have a palette of 4 to work with. And then the crinkle ribbon that I'm mostly using on this project from 3 Girl Jam is the Halloween Harvest. And I just love it. I mean, I've already gone through 2 bundles of this because I've used this on so many different projects. Not necessarily Halloween themed, but I've used it on some Thanksgiving projects that I have coming up, as well as a get well card I made for a friend. So it's really versatile to use on many projects. So I will be having a list on my blog of all the items and supplies that I use for this project, but the 2 main items are the papers from Pretty Paper Ribbons, the Sunny Skies collection, and the 3 Girl Jam Halloween Harvest crinkle ribbon. So what I did is I made a panel of tags, and this actually kind of reminds me of being in grade school. We used to get the big refrigerator boxes from the local store when I was probably about 2nd or 3rd grade, and for Halloween we would paint in black, and we each got a panel in our groups in our class to decorate for open house night when our parents would come for open house in the fall. And so this kind of reminds me of that project we used to do, but obviously at a much smaller scale since they're just tags and not, you know, a big refrigerator box. So what I did is I used some eyelets to bind the 4 tags together, and I ran some of the Halloween Harvest crinkle ribbon through to kind of tie them together instead of using just, you know, like some hinges or anything like that. I really wanted to showcase the crinkle ribbon and the many different uses that you could use for it besides just putting it on a project. You can also make it a functional item as well. And the first tag, I apologize if the camera's being a little shaky. What I did is I used, I inked all of the paper so they were a little bit darker, more muted, and you can kind of tell from the first image here, this is how it looked originally, and then this is how it looks right now. What I did is I inked it with some black soot distress ink from Tim Holtz just to kind of give it that creepy Halloween haunted house type of feel for the project. And I have an image I cut from another Halloween collection paper line, and I put it inside this frame that I alcohol inked with a couple different inks to kind of give it that aged look. I fussy cut out a swirl, and I'm not sure if you can see very close. I'm going to try to zoom in here. I used some of the Glossy Accents crackle on the pattern of the paper just to kind of give it that creepy kind of aged look. And you can kind of see there that I used that on the background paper just to kind of give a little different texture and just to kind of make that pop off the page just a little bit. And then of course on all the tags I topped it off with more of the crinkle ribbon. And the second tag, I used some platinum stickles on the little witch image, and the button is from 3 Girl Jam from their vintage button collection. It's a fabulous mixture of buttons you get when you purchase that, so it's a lot of fun to use those. And I alcohol inked the orange bling that you see on this other swirl that I fussy cut just to kind of make it a more muted tone. I didn't want it to be such a bright orange, just so it blends in with the theme a little bit more. And then I used another one of the pattern papers from the Sunny Skies on the tag with the blue. That's something else that's really fun to do. A little tip is to don't be afraid to mix your pattern and colors of papers. You know, because this is from the same collection, and so it's intended to use on, you know, kind of the same projects, and I thought it'd just be kind of fun to mix those up a little bit for this project. I stamped a sentiment Happy Halloween and I embossed it, and then I have some black bling on the bottom. And for this third panel, the third tag, this was kind of a fun idea. I just kind of came up with it. This is another one of the vintage buttons from the Three Girl Jam vintage button collection. This one has a little stem on the back. I think it belonged on a jacket or something, and so it doesn't lay flat. And most times I will cut those off or pop them off or use them loosely on a project. And I thought, oh my goodness, what if I put it on the tag and then made it like a wall hanging so I could hang this other frame, which is not stuck to the tag at all. It's actually loose, and I just used some more of the goblin green crinkle ribbon and then attached it to the back of this frame that I matted another little silhouette image from, so it's kind of hanging off the tag to mimic a wall hanging. Anyway, I thought that was kind of a cool idea. This is a new release from Three Girl Jam. It's the burlap. This just came out on October 1st, and I love it. It's fantastic. You can see more projects I've done with this on my blog, and you want to check out the Three Girl Jam blog as well. A lot of my very creative design team sisters over there have used the burlap in a lot of really fun projects. What I did is I stamped another sentiment on here, and then I stapled it to another piece of that same blue pattern paper. What I did is I distressed it, I got it wet, inked it, crinkled it up, dried it, and then kind of gave it that, that's why it looks, you know, like it's been in the bottom of a drawer for a long time. That's kind of the look I was going for. And the fourth tag is my little ghost tag with Boo on it. I used the Martha Stewart iron gate punch on some black, just some basic black cardstock, just to kind of make a little fence. It's not adhered at the top. As you can see, this little ghost is kind of tucked behind there. And then I got some bats flying around, and then another larger ghost. Now this is pretty funny. I have to tell you what my little moon is. I use adhesive dimensional dots a lot, just to kind of, obviously, to, you know, make things pop off the page, which is what I did on all four tags. And somehow I have a fan going on in my room, and somehow that dot just kind of blew on top of that tag when I was working on it, and I thought, oh, that looks kind of like a moon. So I inked it, and then I just stuck it on my tag. So this isn't even cardstock. It's just I'll try to go in a little bit. It's the backing off of dimensional dots. So so this is a great way to use your scraps and adhesive backings if you get the you know, if you want to use it in a project. It just seemed to work out perfect. So again, I will have a full project and product list on my blog, and you want to make sure that you do check out the blog hop with Three Girl Jam and Pretty Paper Ribbons. There's going to be some fantastic projects from the gals over at Pretty Paper Ribbons, along with my fellow design team members with Three Girl Jam. This is something that I'm actually going to use on my desk at work to display on my counter. So it's just kind of a fun project. It does stand up on its own. You can see it's just, you know, it's not leaning up against anything. It's just kind of on its own. So it's kind of a fun project. This would be a great idea to use for holiday, Thanksgiving, and all kinds of seasonal decorative panels for your home or for your place of employment, or if you wanted to give it as a gift to somebody. So anyway, thanks again for checking out another ScrappinAbby video. And just to showcase one more time, this is the paper that I use for this project from Pretty Paper Ribbons. And then, oops, there's the fourth one, sorry, it was loose. And then the crinkle ribbon from Three Girl Jam, the Halloween Harvest. And you want to just check out the blog and check out the store at Three Girl Jam and Pretty Paper Ribbons, and pick up some of these wonderful scrappy items for yourself. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.